Hello again. We're still in spring, I think, even though today it's almost miserable. So we're going to be inside, in the evening, around sort of a warm dinner had to happen soon. And we're going to be talking about this bottle of wine from the Montsant area, which is in the south of the Catalonia area, not far from the Priorat that we like and we've talked a lot about a lot. The wine itself is Dido. It's made by Venus La Universal, which is the property, and it's 2018. I'm going to talk a little bit about this. Hani made a video about this exact wine in a Magnum almost a year ago to the day. And, a couple of days ago, I wanted to drink something, sort of didn't really think about it too much in advance. Didn't have time to open it, and I remembered this wine that Hani had talked about. I happened to have the bottle. So I opened it, and I want to try to relive what he discussed a year ago, because it was a wine that was easy to open and drink on the spot, didn't really require a lot of air, didn't require aging. So we see what we have here. This property is founded by a couple, basically, which is kind of really, I don't know what adjective to use, the royal couple or the kids of the royal families of Priorat, if you want. The son of René Barbier, who's of Clos Mogador fame, that we discussed many times. His name is René as well. And Sarah Perez, who is the daughter of Joseph Louis Perez, who's the founder of Martinet, which is the other big, pioneer in Priorat. We've had some of their wines together. We had the Mas Permisserol, which is a blend of Carignan and Grenache, which is, I have some 2009s that were just really, really fine wine. So this is what we're talking about. The kids got together, they're both in the wine business, they got married, and they decided to start their own property. They called it Venus La Universal. They really, as we discussed in some of the Barbier family, there is this humanist, artistic, egalitarian, looking at humanity as a whole, passion that they have, and the kids seem to have the same thing. So the name Venus came from their desire to have something more feminine. Not that the wines are feminine necessarily, but that was one of those things to alternate between masculine and feminine. And universal, which is the sort of universal values that they really believe in. Dido, or Dido, how they say it, I guess, is made of 5 grapes that they get from other wine growers that they work with in the area, in the Montsant area, which hasn't really been developed and has become as famous as the Priorat. And in the Montsant, you have a little bit more variety of grapes. You have Carignan, you have Mourvèdre, which I don't think you will find in the Priorat. So they can make different interesting things. This is more granitic soil. The Grenache does really well in that kind of granitic soil. It expresses itself. It's just more explosive, and it's also during the growing period, the granite gets really hot during the day and gets really cold at night. So it sort of extends the maturity and the ripening season, and it just gives it a slightly different expression. There's some really good Grenache being made in these granitic soils. This particular wine is, I think, 60-70% Grenache, 10% Syrah, and the whatever is remaining, 10-15% Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Carignan. So not a lot, but just enough to give it a little bit of a mix. It's aged in sort of 40% maybe big old wood barrels, and 60% in concrete. They just really want to favor, as Hani discussed, immediacy, easy to drink, fruit, forward, all that kind of good stuff. Let's see what we have. The color is very, it's light-ish. It's more on this sort of ruby, light, which is kind of what you'd expect from a predominant Grenache, with a little bit of Cabernet, so I can see that. On the nose, it's really a lot of fruit. It's a little bit of flower, a little bit of flower petals. Just I get that a little bit. It's not a very alcoholic wine, 13.5%, so it's not going to really attack you with the alcohol. And the fruit is not necessarily cherry as much. I mean, a little bit of cherry, but also some of the sort of raspberry, strawberry kind of flavors here. Let's see. Mm. Mm. And it's been open for a few days, but it's really just very fresh. It's there, you enjoy it right away, and it's still good because it's not really oxidizing at a very rapid rate. There's not a lot of a finish there, but I'm not sure that this is for. This is for direct enjoyment. You could even put it in the fridge if you want, if you're drinking it in the summer. You can open it right away without thinking about it too far in advance and enjoy it. It's very well made. It doesn't have any hint of wood, so that's good because again, because of the youth, you don't have to be tasting the wood. It's like a nice Cojon, very high quality, but with an added benefit of not having this alcohol that hits you over the head sometimes if you don't give it enough time and if you don't drink it over a long period of time. It's really very nice. Well done by these guys. They have some other wines that hopefully I will get to try one day. See you soon.